Hello, I'm Dalia Colon, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Muhammad Ali was poetry in motion, and in this tribute poetry slam, local poets battle with words to honor Ali and see which spoken word performance is truly the greatest.
So tonight is a super combination of athleticism and also literature and poetry. We got 4 of the best poets in the city who are going to be competing head-to-head. They wanted a stage to voice their love for Muhammad Ali and his principles and things like that.
The way that the entire event is going to be organized is almost like a boxing match.
Please clap it up for your first sacrificial poet, Charles Hall!
So I focused my poem on resilience and overcoming obstacles, and so I spin it into just kind of fighting against depression and those everyday things that prevent you from being your best self, from seeing the light.
Every word they say just stings like will I ever be all right? I am not a champion.
In this moment, you may not feel like a champion or your best self, but always standing up again and just staying in the ring until one day you look and you're like, hey, I'm the champion.
How am I going to put my socks on today and walk a mile in everyone else's shoes while I stay stuck in cement still trying to soothe? I know.
Someone like Muhammad Ali, even he got tired and exhausted on days, I'm sure, because it's all just so much sometimes. So the poem that I wrote is just kind of saying that, like, it's okay to have bad days, and it's okay to have days where you focus on yourself and do things for yourself, and you're still a great person.
I miss the days when we pulled out boxing gloves instead of handguns, before fists became semi-automatic pistols and double-action revolvers.
In 2017, I started Grow House because I wanted to do something different. The idea was to take the elements of slam poetry and the competition structure and use it for other forms of art.
Nosy shipwrecks resurface to watch dolphins ornament black braids with gold. She pulls Mount Everest out of her breast, and each nail lines up for its turn at getting even.
2019 is when I partnered up with Dennis. He's an excellent host, and he's a great, just people person. He's a lot more outgoing than I would say I am, and so we're definitely a great partnership in that I'm more reserved, and he's great at just being a people person.
One of the most prolific and profound poets that I personally know, Walter Wally B. Jennings!
Wally B is kind of like this tree trunk, right? And he's kind of brought poetry as spoken word down from Tallahassee. When he brought it here to Tampa, from that just blossomed a lot of everything that you see today.
This earth was not built by brick and mortar. What you do may make you important, but why you do it will make you immortal.
The poem that I have is really about the whole aging process and how it's important for us to really recognize the totality of our life as one cohesive experience rather than these fragmented parts where we fall in love with one and we hate the other. And so with Muhammad Ali, a lot of people kind of are able to segment his life into various sections when you talk about him as a young champion, and then when you talk about the attention that he got as an activist, and then in his latter years as he dealt with Parkinson's and a lot of medical challenges. So most people, they experience or know him, and his life resonates with him heavily, usually in one of those 3 areas.
And remind everyone that greatness is always just over the horizon.
Ali is actually one of the few people that can be like, oh, that is like one of my superheroes.
I just look at him as someone who is so dedicated to getting what he wants. Just going back and watching old footage of him and just seeing how he was able to just come out on top against some of the biggest fighters. And then, of course, outside of the ring, he was just an artistic person overall.
He was one of the first, I would say, one of the first, well-known, spoken word kind of poets.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble.
That's the best type of poetry to me, is that authentic genuineness, and that's all Muhammad Ali is,
The fact that he crafted himself as his own character and chose to be true to that come hell or high water, with all of the weight that each one of his decisions is made not just for himself, but as a representative of his people here in America.
He got something that he had been training for basically his entire life, and he decided to give it up for the good of other people.
I loved him as, you know, being a black man who was completely confident in who he was at that time. That was very not okay to do that.
He became the first, in my eyes, the first athlete that was more than his sport.
I wish I would have had the opportunity to actually meet CB in the presence of Ali, worthy of all praises, most high.
The poem that I wrote for this event, I was trying to take like some of his core tenets and expound upon them and find how I am trying to exemplify them in my life, just as a small homage to Muhammad Ali.
And conviction, spirituality, and dedication, he was respect and giving.
We want Tampa to be a city that people think of when they think of like really dope spoken word poetry, like, oh, we got to go to Tampa to go to Grow House. And we really believe in building community and working together with other people in the community who have the same goals as us.
Tampa as a whole, outside even just poetry, is really blossoming in a beautiful way in the art scene. So, and we want to be a part of that.
We're all trying to get to the same place. We all want Tampa to be known as this awesome city, and there's a whole bunch of talent here, and Grow House just wants to like be a platform to show that and put Tampa on the map, basically.
For more information on the poets featured, search Grow House or Tampa Bay Poetry on Facebook. For more info on Muhammad Ali, view the 2021 Ken Burns documentary at pbs.org.